They're putting the real work in right now. They really want to show that they've got what it takes. Howdy, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure Extravaganza series of awesomeness and fun times, where today we will be building nether shortcuts, which is the final thing left to do on our list of achievements for the month of February. Except for Slay the Ender Dragon, which we also have to do. But in the previous episode, we went on a grand adventure to actually find where the dungeon was, what houses the stronghold with the portal to the end. And today, we are going to be linking it up in the nether so that we have a shortcut. And we're going to be making armor for our dog right out the gate. I think he can teleport in here, that's fine. We managed to get 4 scoots off of an armadillo. I can't speak today, I'm having all kinds of issues. They should be right inside of here. I'd kind of forgotten that in addition to the, was it a 4 or 5? I think it was 5 that we got. We had a couple inside of here already, which means that we do in fact have enough to build the dog armor, which I think you just do sort of like a general dog shape, right? Like there's the legs, and there's the head, and there's the wolf armor. And then I don't know if you can, like, dye it and make it look nicer. You absolutely can. Good, because it's kind of just armadillo colored, which isn't quite as fun as it could potentially be. It looks like you can add up to 3 dyes for various different colors, which is quite fun. I'm not sure which colors to go for here necessarily. Let's just see what we've got in terms of plants. And also, what do we have in terms of... We do have magenta dye. We do have that. But what else have we got? We've basically got poppies, and we've got dandelions, and we've got bluette, which gives light gray dye? Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do right now, is we simply will not worry about dyeing it. We'll just go stick it on our boy, and make sure that he stays alive and well, because I think I want to try to bring him with me to the end. Through the nether, and to the portal. He's not going to the end with us, heavens. Look at him! He's a strong, healthy lad now. Wonderful. Can I get that back off of him? Is the armor just on him now? And there's no way to remove it. It seems so. Well, that's unfortunate, because I was going to take it off and see if I could enchant it. Because I know that you can enchant horse armor, and I was going to try to, like, stick mending or something on there, so that in between adventures I could take it off. There he is. I could take it back off and then go repair it for him. Okay, well, I just did a quick search online, and apparently you just right-click him with shears. But I don't like that idea. Sheer brilliance. Yeah, I don't like that. That makes me feel uncomfortable, because it's kind of like we just clipped it off his body, like it was a part of him and we removed it. I don't like that one bit. Now, something else we're going to do before we head off into the nether is I went ahead and picked up... These are all of, by the way, when we explored the stronghold, where the portal to the end is. We did find all of these books, and looking through a lot of these, many of them are kind of useless, right? Like, you've got some that can be used together, but I don't think you can put power, piercing, and fire protection on a bow. I'm pretty sure the fire protection bit is just not going to really work out for us. What I'm curious about, though, is let's say we just get a regular bow, which I do have one right here, it's not in the best of shape, and a regular unenchanted sword. If I try to put that book on one of these, will it apply the applicable enchantments and then just get rid of the other ones? I actually don't know, so let's put the bow in there. Okay, so it's going to get power. It's not going to get piercing or fire protection naturally, but it will get power 4, which would not be a bad thing to have on a bow. And then likewise, if we put the... Okay, so... Oh wait, no, that makes sense. No, hold on. Fire protection would go on a piece of armor. I don't even know what I was thinking there for a second. I just had some sort of a brain... the opposite of a brain blast, like a brain implosion. Fire protection would get applied. Alright, so these peculiar books are not useless. Some of them actually, like Sharpness 3 is nice to have. I've already got it on this sword, and unfortunately, I don't think that adding Sharpness 3 to a sword that already has it is going to benefit us anyway, other than giving us Sharpness 4, which is something I didn't realize, and I feel like we tried earlier in this series and determined it wouldn't work, so it's weird that it's working now. Piercing, I think, is for crossbows, which definitely has its place. Smite 4 and Fire Protection 3, so again, I'm assuming it's just the same sort of thing. Well, let's see if this works. Let's see if we can put mending on the wolf armor, and while we're at it, can we also apply unbreaking? I have no idea. We're about to find out together. We've got the wolf armor. You cannot put mending. And you cannot put unbreaking, which is a darn shame. Something I did learn, though, is that our shield, which already has mending and unbreaking 3 on it, has mending and unbreaking 3 on it. Did we already do that? I think I even talked about in the last episode how I'd like to add Unbreaking to my shield. Did I do that in a previous episode and forget about it? Did I do it between episodes? I went and bought an Unbreaking book specifically to do that at the start of this episode. Odd. Hey! Hey! Yeah, whatever. Well, that's enough wasting time in here for today. It's time for me to actually get on with the episode and show you what I've been working on, because I have not been idle since the last installment. Please, if you would, disregard everything going on in here and follow me into the basement where the Nether Portal is. I cannot wait to show you my little project that I did between episodes. Let me tell you, I'm so grateful. Dog, are you okay? Was that him that just made that loud noise? He's not coming through the portal. He might have had to, like, stand in the portal with us. He's fine back there. I'm sure he's okay. I don't think he's going to try to come through without me being there to sort of, like, shepherd him and guide him, and that's alright. I don't even know if dogs can come to the Nether, and maybe he'll teleport. Well, no. The chunks he's in will be unloaded when we arrive in either destination. Listen, you folks have been down here before. You've seen all of this. I think I've added all of the polished black stone slabs since last time. But man, I was going to say earlier, I'm so grateful for mending and unbreaking and efficiency, because it made this little project down here so much quicker. I decided not to bore all of you with the process of boring out a hole. I went ahead and did it. And this is eerie. Imagine if right in the distance we saw someone who looked like Steve, but with glowing white eyes. How horrifying would that be? In any case, I figured something out, which is fun, which is that if you have a flint and steel in your offhand, it makes it really easy to light up the Nether, because you can just bore a hole in the wall with your pickaxe, and then right-click to light a fire. And it's much more efficient than torches, because, you know, if you just put... Right now we have mending on our flint and steel. Should probably put unbreaking on it if we can. We'll have a use for that unbreaking book now. But it provides quite a bit of light. And now, the journey through here is a little bit tedious. I thought about making a potion of swiftness, because it's one of the 3 potions I wanted to make before we go to the end, and bring with us to the end. So I want to make a splash potion of healing. Instant health 2 is preferable. A potion of speed, so we can move around a bit more quickly. And slow falling in case we get launched into the air. But I think speed right now is going to be handy for running to the end of this, because that is the tunnel that ultimately leads to where we need to set up our portal for fast traveling between here and the stronghold. We need to also try to figure out some way to make a faster way up and down that doesn't involve water, because I don't believe that the melting ice trick works anymore. Hey buddy, sorry you didn't come with us. Alright, a potion of speed. So first off, I have been brewing up a lot of water breathing potions for water exploration in the future, which we're going to be doing more of. But for now, I think we start with... I'm going to try to do this one from memory, because we've looked it up a couple of times now. I'm pretty sure you just start with an awkward potion, and then you add in sugar. I'm almost positive of this, which... Oh, you know what? I know where we can get some. Right down here, we have our handy dandy... Wow! What perfect timing! How serendipitous! There we are. We did have a couple upstairs, but we'll go ahead and brew this up right here. It's not... that's paper. What am I... Oh, heavens. That's the guest. That's the company. Did he go outside and get himself locked? Where is he? Where is he? What door is he about to break? Bozo, what are you doing? You son of a gun! That was my copper door! You destroyed my copper door! What is wrong with you? Listen, I've never had company do things like this before, and I'm not going to tolerate it, quite honestly. I'm sorry, you have to go. Where? What? Now, wait a minute. What, they just spawn these guys when they get attacked? They just come out of the woodworks here? They've been sleeping under my bed or something? Goodness me. What about you? You got an issue with this? Stay in the boat and stay in your lane. I don't know why I made paper instead of making sugar. Might just be a habit at this point. So we can add that in there, and then I think if we want to extend the runtime, we can add redstone. But you can actually make one that makes you even faster, but for a shorter period of time. I think it's like swiftness, but speed 2 or something along those lines. So you start with your potion of swiftness, and then you add glowstone. And it doesn't look like you can then make that one work longer. You can just make it a splash potion. So we have to decide, do we want to run fast for 8 minutes, or run really fast for 1.5 minutes? I guess my real question is, why not both? We'll brew up some regular, and then I will also grab what we need. We have plenty of glowstone, yeah. we'll brew up both. I've had a lot of fun with enchants and potions. Despite what some people seem to think, I have played Minecraft since these things were added to the game. Alright, I'm not that far behind, but I never really got into them. Even when I was playing vanilla consistently, I just didn't bother with enchants because they were too frustrating, and I didn't bother with potions because I just couldn't be bothered to go and collect all of the various... Oh my gosh, look at the information presented at the top of the screen. It'll show us, first off, that 5, I guess, represents how many more things we can cook up with the little remaining bit of blaze rod we've got. We've got to go get more blaze rods, by the way. And also, that's blaze powder, I know. So that should now show 4. Oh my gosh, that's great. I'll probably keep on my current gear, because this is my nether gear, and I might go grab some blaze rods, but we're already going to do portal linking here in a moment. As always, in the description you will find timestamps. Skip ahead. There we are, and now we have the glowstone, and that'll be our speed 2. Electronic Boogaloo. There we go. Only a minute and a half runtime as well. Oof, it is hard to see a difference between these. In fact, looking at them, they're identical. But this one's speed 2, this one's speed 1. We are going to now head back to the nether yet again. After I take a quick gander out of the window and see whether or not there are turtle scoots for me to collect. Doesn't look like it. We need to make the area for the turtles a little bit bigger. It's a little bit constrained. Buddy! Stop doing things like that! If you're not going to come through the portal with us, wait here. I'll be right back. Alright. We are here at the bottom. We are drinking speed 2. Oh, okay, so walking feels a bit like running. Running feels a bit like sprinting. This is fantastic. Hold on. How about that? Yeah, okay. That's going to be the same. I do believe that there's an enchant for your boots that makes sneaking a bit faster as well. But as you can see here, I had to stop and excavate whenever I found the blackstone so that we would have enough of these slabs. But this is quite the journey, and Speed 2 is making it much faster because I've actually run up and down this hall multiple times doing this. By the way, I did find some more ancient scrap. I think I found exactly 4 pieces, which is not as much as I was hoping when you consider how long this tunnel is. I was like, man, we might have enough for all of my alternative pieces of the diamond armor that we have. But no, not quite. But here we are at the very end of the tunnel, and if we have a look at the map, we ran into lava a couple of times, all right? You might think, wow, you got very fortunate with this run, considering all of your other runs constantly ran into lava. No, we didn't. But fortunately, all the ones I did run into, I was able to stand on a block and then place blocks above me to block off the flow, so that's really nice. But here we are, and these coordinates line up with where the coordinates of the portal in the overworld are in the stronghold. Now, I didn't really explain this. I have this thing in this series where I just kind of assume that everyone at home already knows everything that I'm learning, experiencing, or talking about, which I acknowledge is not the case. So if you don't know how Nether Portal Linking works, every 1 block in the Nether corresponds to 8 blocks in the Overworld. So if you travel 100 blocks in the Nether, you've effectively traveled 800 blocks in the Overworld. If you set up a portal and you go through it, you will be 800 blocks away from where you started. So if you've never done this before, the way that it works is you're going to need to know what your coordinates are. There's a way to show it on Bedrock. I think you have to go into settings and enable coordinates. It's just F3 if you're on Java. And you want to look at your X and your Z coordinates. Your Y coordinates are entirely irrelevant. You don't need those, just X and Z. Basically, build a portal in the Overworld or in the Nether. Before you light it, stand in the center of the portal and take note of what your X and Y coordinates are. Sorry, your X and Z. Y doesn't matter. You can jot them down if you want to. But once you have that figured out, write those down. If you built the Overworld portal first, what you need to do is divide the X and the Z coordinates by 8, and that'll give you your coordinates for the Nether. And if you're in the Nether, multiply them by 8, and that'll give you your Overworld coordinates. Then you build a portal there, you light them, you go through them, they should link together. So if I build one, I'm pretty sure this is where my numbers are. I actually use, there are services online, they're just websites dedicated to this that you can use as well. They just kind of do the calculations for you. So if you don't want to manually multiply or divide, you just punch in those same coordinates. But I'm pretty sure I designed the room so it would be on the... Let me actually... Because I made a picture. I took a picture of the exact coordinates on my phone. Let me double check and make sure I'm in the right spot before we charge forward. What the heck? Alright, well, okay, so here's the thing. It's negative 1306 and negative 1272 for my X and Z coordinates, which, when you do the multiplications and the divisions, in this case it is just division. That puts us at negative 164 So I got that right here. That's this block. But then also on the Z, it's negative 159. So why did I build the room back in there when the middle of the portal should be here? What was I thinking? I actually don't know. You'll also notice that the coordinates are like negative 156.741. Yeah, ignore everything in the point. That doesn't matter. Also, negatives and positives do matter. You gotta make sure you do your negatives and positives. Otherwise, you'll be going off in the complete opposite direction. But despite how nice this room is, I now have to tear it down. There are a few things I don't know, like whether or not the direction of your portal matters. I'm pretty sure if you place down a portal in the Nether and then a portal in the Overworld, those portals will be facing the same directions. I don't know if that matters necessarily, but it could. So maybe make sure you're facing the correct direction. I'll show you this real quick. Check this out. Let's get that back up in here. Boom. Boom. Nether lighting, everyone. It's brilliant. I don't think I have any more polished blackstone. Yeah, it's all back on the other end of this thing, so we're not going to worry about it right now. Here's another area where I excavated some of it. I'm gonna check my numbers one more time. Make sure this is where it goes. This is what corresponds. Yep, 164 and 159. We are absolutely in the correct area. In that case, we're going to throw down our portal, and we're going to build it the same size as the one that we put up in the stronghold. That doesn't necessarily matter, but that's how I'm going to do it. And then we are going to light it, and we're going to hope that this works. I have to come by later and kind of redo this room a little bit, and also kind of make sure that we have access to the other side of it. But here we go, everyone. We're going through. Look at that! Yes! It's perfect! So now, instead of having to go on this trek from, basically, Gamer225's burrow all the way over here to the island, which, when you have them both on the screen like this, that doesn't look like too bad a trek, especially when you consider it was really fast to sail over here. That's by water, though, and remember the way that we went was such an ordeal, because we basically rode around up on top of these trees, and then we overshot it, and we ended up on this beach over here for a bit. Yeah, you know what? It's not as long a journey when you take a proper route, but it's much faster to just run through the Nether real quick. Now we just have to make sure... Did I leave anything useful in here? I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I'll take that bow back. We'll combine it with that other almost broken bow. And then we'll have, instead of 2 almost broken bows, just 1. This should take me back to the exact same place. Now, you might remember, in the last episode, when we set this portal up, it took us to some random place in the Nether, and that portal is technically still active. I need to go disable it. If it's not disabled, it's possible this portal will take us back to that one. But when you let the game create portals instead of doing them yourself with the linking and the math, it's generally less accurate, and if you replace it with a more accurate exact placement, the game will usually respect that. If not, what we're going to have to do when we walk through this portal is turn... Oh, thank goodness. I was going to say is turn around, break the portal, and then make our way back to here on foot. And I'm glad we don't have to. I do need to fix this room, though. One thing I wish I had known about when I started this world was the fact that during world creation, you have the ability to enable certain features, like the rebalance for carts, because I kind of wish that we had that enabled on this world, because then we could just set up really fast nether carts. Oh heavens, speaking of lava, let's try that again, but this time, there we go. Oh! Well, 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 look what we found here! Man, isn't that nuts? Where did that go? Did that go into my inventory? Where did that go? Oh, goodness me. We would have just never found that if we didn't need to extend this room. As you can see, this pick made boring through the nether, like, trivial. Almost annoying with how quick it is. If you're trying to do any sort of precision work, it'll almost always take out more than you intended. Hey! Oh, yes! This is fantastic. I'm glad we've done this. All right, well, I have now redone the room. It's just a gigantic square right now, and I need to go grab some more of this stuff. Let's test out the regular old potion of swiftness. Not as nearly fast, but 8 minutes. Enough time to get there and back. Yeah, a couple times even. Ooh, speaking of, you can kind of see the lava dripping in from the ceiling there where I had to do a patch. Eventually, I'd like to replace all of the walls, raise the roof at least 1 more block, and have this be a really nice hallway. Maybe we even do put a minecart in it, even if they're not, like, crazy fast. I would love for them to add that in the next update, you know? Maybe Minecraft version 22. can finally implement those changes. Like, minecarts have been abandoned and left to rot and ruin for time out of mind now. It is time to fix that, all right? That needs to be done, and I would be very grateful if they did that, but I don't know. Maybe there's just... maybe someone's created a mod. If you can't enable it already, if you can't go back and retroactively add the function to the world that it has the modified rail carts, the experimental railcraft rebalance, maybe someone's just created a mod that'll do it for us and accomplishes the same basic task. I would accept that in a heartbeat. Now, some of you might be wondering, Reese, why not just man up, go out into the Nether, and carve a path through the open? It would be a lot faster, and it would be. But as you just saw here, we found 3 pieces of ancient debris, and like I said, I found about 3 or 4 while mining out this tunnel. That is the reason to do it down here. That's all the reason enough that I need. If we can create long passageways that'll link together portals that let us explore the overworld more efficiently, and beyond that, also find ancient debris, we're gonna do that. That makes so much more sense than just wandering around up top where all the monsters are. Although there might be monsters down here now. There's not, thank goodness. And there never will be, because we're doing this. Alright, perfect. Portal room. We go in, we're gonna fight the dragon. We're ready! We're ready! Yeah, if we face this way, we're looking down there. We come through, sword in hand, and we jump in. Not right now, there's lava down there. We do need to add also 12 eyes, so I'm gonna run to... What have I got in my inventory right now? Nothing I'm afraid to lose. I think we'll be okay. Do we have potions that help with fire damage, by the way? Is that a thing? Because I know it doesn't count with, let's see, fire. Potion of fire resistance. That would be helpful for... Yes, magma creams. Okay, that's going to be really helpful because I'm about to head back and fight a bunch of blazes because we need more blaze rods to make more potions and also to create the Eyes of Ender to light up the portal back there. I also need to fight some Endermen. I need to figure out... I mean, I guess I just have to stand outside and wait for them to spawn, but we're not going to do that right now because I want to go through the entire process of linking a portal right now in this video from start to finish, and in order to do that, we're going to sail across the way to the village, to the town of the Yates estates, where there are no estates, and most of the villagers keep getting kidnapped to live on my island, offered positions of prestige and power in my home. And we are going to set up a portal over there for faster travel. Now, what's frustrating about this is that the time it takes to climb up and down that ladder might actually mean that it is faster to sail to the islands. In fact, look at this. So imagine we go through the portal, and then we crawl down that ladder, and then we run to the portal. And then contrast that with what we're doing right now. Oh no. So I decided to just finally look it up, and no, we cannot use the ice trick in the Nether anymore. However, to get down the ladder quickly, we can use, and this is really clever, and I wish I'd thought of it myself, we just use slime blocks, which makes a ton of sense. So here we are, and this is probably where we want to have our portal. Not actually in the village, because I don't want them to be bothered by zombie pigmen, but kind of right off the coast? Oh, heavens, we don't have enough obsidian. Well, there's some lava over here. I wonder how much lava. You know what? I probably shouldn't have this in my offhand right now. Seems like a good way to get into trouble. My concern is that this is going to end up being a single lava source block that is just sort of spilling out into the world as opposed to a proper little pool of lava. Yeah, it looks like that's what that is. That's not going to help me any. I took another swiftness potion. Does that make you swim faster? It doesn't feel like it. That's okay. I have a memory of a cave over here that we explored way back in the early days of January that I think had lava in it. Or I'm imagining that entirely. Is this what I was thinking of? Is this it? Is this... What... Was I thinking of a block of lava? I think I was. Oh no. Well. Okay, I can't collect underwater quickly, but you know what? Gosh darn it. I can collect underwater. I was gonna say, I remember coming down here once before, and... See, because I remembered this portal, I remember getting the stuff, but I didn't remember all we need's a bit. All we need to, what we can do is we can build the portal, we can go through the portal, we can break the portal it makes in the Nether, take all those pieces, and then go down into our basement and build the actual portal where we want it. And boy, do I wish I had Aqua Affinity right now. Excuse me, let's not. What the heck was that? I just heard some kind of crazy noise. A fish died. Bet it didn't get cooked though, sadly. Oh, it's raining. That's great. That's fantastic. I didn't even know it had gotten dark. We could have been jumped by gosh darn drowned. I need sand for this project. This is getting complicated. This is supposed to be quick. Everything I try to do, I sit down. I want to record a video. It's complicated. Everything falls apart. Everything goes awry. Takes a lot longer. I accidentally stripped that wood in a previous installment. It might have been cut out of the video, but it happened and I was embarrassed. All right, let me sleep here. Okay. Yes. Oh no! Get away from my villagers. Okay, no, that's the iron golem. That's what he's supposed to do. Get away, Chew. Get away from them. I'm using them for breeding purposes. Yeah, you can get the nitwits. I don't care. I've got your back, man. I'm gonna help you out here. I'm gonna help you out. Not the creeper. I'm talking to the. You know what I mean. All right, let's get some sand. What's up, man? Oh my gosh! He killed the spider. That guy he was friendly. Well, he's not hostile. I was gonna leave him be. All right. What is he doing? Doesn't matter. Oh, look at my house. Look at my house from here. Isn't that fun? That's great. So I'm thinking we will do the portal this direction so that you exit it looking out on this pier and then you have the village. So we're going to build all of this up with sand. We're going to have it be elevated. It doesn't need to be, but that's how we're going to do it. Because that's how I want to do it, and I can do that. It's my portal. I'll cry if I want to. And before we light it, we're going to stand down here. And again, we're going to enable our quartz, and I want to stand right in the middle of it. If you're doing a 2-wide, just, pick one of the sides. But if you're doing an odd number, stand right in the middle. And our numbers for X are 230, and our numbers for Y are -775. So that'll put us at 28 and -97. So if you take 230, you divide it by 8, you get 28. And if you take -775, or you can just do 775 and divide that by 8, you get 97, and then just make sure you put that negative back in there. Now, we've got a couple of options. We can either go to, well, we can light this portal first off. That's probably the most important thing that we can do. But we can either go through it to the end, and then break that portal, and then build a new one, or we can just go back home, go to the end, go to those coordinates, build a portal, and they will link, because they are exactly matched. I'm going to go through and just see where this takes us. This could be interesting. Okay. I'm not even gonna, okay? That one stays up here. That one stays up here. So this is the time, right? This is the time. If I'm upstairs and I'm doing stuff where I normally craft and I say, here we go, I'm gonna get my stopwatch open. I've got to go over to the estates. Starting, hold on, I'm getting the stopwatch open. Yeah, doing some stuff. Here we go. All right, stopwatch is started. The first thing we got to do is get those elevators built, because it's going to make getting down to the basement a lot faster. We drop down here, we go to the Nether. Hey, pup, how you doing? Now, this area outside the door has not been fully secured yet, and there are normally still slimes and things hopping around out here, but we're going to address that in the very near future. In the meantime, we travel through the portal, and we stop. It took 24 seconds to get from there to here. How is that? That's spectacular. 24 seconds. That is so much better than what we've been doing. If I can get villagers to go with me through the portal there too, it's going to make it so much easier to round them up and force them to go, or invite them to my home where they can live a happy and free life. We're going to have to fix all this up. This looks pretty gnarly. But this is great, and obviously we want portals in kind of every village. I am down to 5 obsidian right now, so we're not going to be, building any more portals right now. I like that this comes out and then you immediately turn and it faces the house. We need to build a proper path between the two. And then also we need to do some work to secure this area. I was thinking what we could do is build up kind of a wall there, because that's where I think most mobs are going to be coming from. Cover all the rest of this in the slabs, and then if anything gets through, just have an iron golem here, ready to go, just ready to rip. I'm going to mock up, because I do think that, having some of the portals up top here, where we don't have to travel all that far in the nether anyway, because, like, this is a hop, skip, and a jump, versus, you know, where that other one is, which would put it, let's see, if we go down, yeah, right there, okay? So let's center up right there and see where we are in the overworld. I mean, that's just, that's that little island, I believe, where we spawned in the overworld, where the portal is. That is such, you can kind of see the shadow of where our tunnel is down there. That's such a long way, and we'd have to, like, take this branch line we made and then kind of go off that way across a lake of lava if we wanted to do it on the surface. I think some things just make sense to have underground. What's going on here? These look like odd shapes. I'm not sure about that. Oh, you know what? It kind of resembles this forest place over here we ended up. So yeah, that might be what that is. I want to go look at the blue at some point. Is that another one of those? Is that another one of these? It's some kind of structure. I want to go check out the blue places. We need to do that too. In fact, the one it looks like we're probably closest to is if we go down there where we already put that portal and we just dig a tunnel that direction, looks like we come right up in one. I shouldn't be doing this in the nether. This is a dangerous place. This is a very dangerous place. I'm going to clear all this out very quickly. There we go. So we've got a nice staircase going up here now. Ooh, what the heck is going on here? Can we not do that? Can we not be doing things like that? Causing me great amount of stress. Came up with that solution for the lava. One thing I did just consider is that this portal might not necessarily be exactly where we want it to be in terms of the numbers. According to our calculations, it should be on the X right at 28, and then right at the Y, it should be at negative 97. So it's fine right now, but if we want it to actually be in the exact correct spot and guarantee it always takes us to the exact correct portal, because if we make a second portal in here going to another village that's not that far away, it could get mixed up and send us to the wrong place when we come back to the nether. We don't want that. So we're gonna have to actually break and relocate that portal, which is fine. I'm trying to deal with these guys right now. It's a bit of a nuisance. Like, they're not dangerous. I'm not really at risk of dying. It's just, also we gotta kill them anyway, because they drop the magma creams that we can use for the potions that make us invincible to fire. I mean, not invincible is an exaggeration. Okay, but I kind of leveled all this out. Time to start putting down bunch of slabs. This will prevent future spawning of beasts. Collecting this lava here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Okay, that'll do for lighting for now. We'll figure out something better as we go. Alright, so it does put the portal a little bit further away. If we want to put it in the exact area where it goes, which we do, that should be right about here. That should be, yep, 28 and negative 97. Bye-bye, Nether Portal! Alright, let's make sure that we set this up correctly. So we should be facing the pathway. Yep, everything's good. It's an unnecessary step, but I just wanted to make sure there was no confusion with future portals. And that does mean that now we're slightly further away, and it'll take a few extra seconds, but it's still much better than what we were doing. You know, sometimes I'll work on a project and I'll realize partway through that I'm gonna, like, redo it all in the future, which is exactly what's gonna happen here, because I'm gonna remodel all of this in the future. Like, this hallway, as it is not going to last, because I want it to line up with the door there. I mean, what we might actually do is just, I want to replace that with a 3-wide portal. Have this be a single door, and then have the pathway coming out be centered on the hallway ahead. So that's probably something to do in the future. Do I have my spear? I ended up taking everything out of my inventory, because it was all getting to be a bit much. It was hard to deal with things. I need your flesh for fireproof potions. Specifically, I guess I don't need your flesh. I need your creamy insides? Don't like that. Your ooey gooey jelly centers. Look at them. They're trying their best. They're giving it a real college try. I'm not even gonna move. If they reach me, they deserve to. They're putting the real work in right now. They really want to show that they've got what it takes. And they simply do not. Shame. I was thinking about coming and getting some soul sand or soul soil so that we could have blue fires back there. I did remember that, you know, in previous trips out here, we were viciously attacked by skeletons. Have we ever seen what lies beyond? Weird blue fog is what lies beyond, as it happens. I feel like it's probably not been the same skeleton this whole time. Oh gosh, he's gonna actually kill me. Hold on. I need to eat food. Oh, I don't have food. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, goodness me. Okay, I've got my chicken. I've eaten some. For some reason, I only brought one extra piece. I have no explanation as to why. I offer no explanation. You're getting no answers here today. Oh, good. There's more than one now. Interesting. If you get them when they're far enough away, they don't seem to, like, notice you. Oh, okay. That must have been the first one, then. Oh, heavens. Okay, hold on. Ha-ha! Yeah! That did not work. Goodness me, we're going. Staying inside of here where it's safe. Time to go back to the overworld. It is mostly safe here. I don't think a ghast could see me through that gap. They can't get in here. They've spawned in here before, I think. Kind of higher up. And he stopped falling in this pit? I don't know. I think we've done enough in here for today. I do need to create that potion and go get, or do some more, go get the whole thing I said about the blazes before. That's what I'm trying to say right now. But for the time being, I think that I'm good and ready to head out of here. Oh, come on, Deadpool. Come back up to the surface with me. Folks, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this, maybe even learned something. If you'd never before in your life linked together the portals, now you know kind of the process involved. And the reason I just turned that into nether quartz blocks is because this chest is getting kind of full, and I've already made like a stack and over a half now just trying to save space. There we go. We've got 7 of these now that we can start cooking. Actually, we'll wait till we get one more. We'll wait till we get one more, and then we won't waste a single piece of coal on it. I've got lava buckets, which is great. And I've got to go. Thank you, folks, for watching. God bless you all, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.